What's going on, everybody? This is Reggie Taylor, and I'm coming at you guys for another video of just some hardcore topics of what we all go through in life. And this time I'm going to be talking about the topic of anxiety. I'm just going to freestyle this video. There's nothing that I really have planned. The only thing scripted that I will give you is the definition of anxiety. So the definition of anxiety is anxiety, noun, a feeling of worry, nervousness, unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. So, I had an anxiety attack. Maybe I wouldn't say a full-on anxiety attack, but I was having anxiety last weekend when I hosted a bonfire at my house, and I cleaned my house the whole day, and by the time it came for people to start showing, I was having anxiety. So I venture to say that those of us who have anxiety are deep thinkers, that you spend a lot of time in your head. Even though you might be eccentric and extroverted when you're in social situations, I dare to say that, when you're alone, you're a deep thinker. Sometimes you might like to have the radio off, whatever the case may be. You might be a dreamer. I dream every night. So those of us with anxiety, me myself, I've had anxiety, like I was saying, since I was a teenager. I will never forget flipping out over the idea of like the afterlife, like eternity, whether it's heaven or hell. Just the thought of being somewhere forever would trip me out. Like, now as I'm older, like heaven seems awesome, but just it's such an irrational thought. And I'll never forget, like in my early 20s, I was kind of bad as far as with substance abuse and things like that. And I'll never forget, I was home at my parents, and I had this full-on like anxiety attack. Like, thought I was gonna die, serious, freaked my family out, etc. And I went to the doctors about it, and one of the first symptoms was the impending feeling of doom. And that's just so irrational. So you really gotta, in reality, it's really a mental disorder. And I'm coming to that realization that, and it doesn't make me feel like, okay, I'm a freak or something's crazy wrong with me, I need a handicap sticker. It doesn't make me feel that vulnerable. But it makes me think like, okay, there's something wrong with me in my mind, and I need to figure it out. And those of us who have anxiety know that once the anxiety has gone away, you may be thinking about outcomes that don't even exist or won't ever happen, Yeah. So I dare to say that people with anxiety are kind of bold, if you will, just all or nothing kind of people, but that can also bring about reservations, I suppose, thereafter. We're like the live and learn type people where, we kind of learn the hard way about stuff. Yeah. So the main purpose of this video was just to bring anxiety to a head and just bring it to the light. Because, I'm sure I'm not the only one that deals with this, and thankfully I don't take medicine for it. When I went to my doctor, he showed me a book, and it was like 2 possible outcomes. You can either take medicine or just talk it out with somebody, and I prefer the latter. I actually was taking like Xanax for a while, but I like have an addictive personality, so that just went nowhere fast, because in the beginning it was helping with anxiety, and then I just got like hooked on it. So I was just using it for recreational purposes, which wasn't beneficial at all. But now, as I want to just strive for optimum health, I don't want to take like Xanax. I don't want to be a zombie all day just so I can feel like I've won the battle over anxiety, but really I'm not, because I'm just taking prescription medicines just to numb myself from anxiety. Like, if you saw my previous video, which was about divorce, I was saying that you shouldn't have to live your life with a burden, and just accept that as reality. So I didn't want to accept that as my reality, being a zombie all day. I wanted to overcome that and just figure out how it was possible. My biggest tip to you, if you have anxiety, I would, introduce yourself to somebody who has anxiety, or just talk to somebody who maybe has anxiety. Just get to know somebody who has anxiety and let that be your accountability partner, if you will. Say, for example, if you're actually having an anxiety attack, you can contact that person and they know exactly what you're going through, because people with anxiety don't really get it. I was at a music festival. I like to go to EDM music festivals, and I'll never forget the first couple times I went. I was starting to have social anxiety just because, you know, it was awesome music and it was an awesome time, but there were so many people, and it was just overwhelming to me. You know, I'm from a big city, but like the amount of people in such a concentrated area was giving me anxiety, you know. You know, I would be lying if I said I still don't get anxiety. You know, there's certain things that kind of make me anxious, like that bonfire that I was having last weekend, or even just going to work sometimes, just like walking into the office, just kind of trips me out sometimes, you know. But I'm getting stronger and I'm overcoming it, and it's not like something like that I guess I'm ashamed of, or, you know, afraid to admit, you know, because that's the best part of talking with somebody. It kind of gets it off your chest, you know. So for me, I know that anxiety is like, it's irrational thinking, it's irrational thoughts, you know. So I'm left-handed, that's a whole nother conversation, but being left-handed, you sometimes are illogical. So imagine anxiety is just like the pits. It's like watching a Freddy Krueger movie, you know what I mean? You know, I want to know what you guys are thinking about anxiety. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, how hard is it for you? How deep is it for you? Like, how disruptive is it for you? You know, have you ever had sleep paralysis? Have you heard of that? If not, that's a whole nother conversation right there. Yeah, so do you dream every night? Do you sleepwalk? I've never, you know, I don't know, maybe. So yeah, I want to know if you have anxiety, 2, how strong it is for you, and 3, what are you doing about it? So my name is Reggie Taylor. You can hit me up on Twitter at Reggie Taylor. You can hit me up on Snapchat at Reggie Nathan. You can hit me up on Instagram at Reggie Nathan Taylor. I want to be able to talk to people about these things, and please share this if you feel that it has some value to you. Please watch it. If you're having anxiety, just watch it and just like watch me just talk to you about this. Let this somehow be a way from you and I to talk about your anxiety. So if you like it, if you want to see more similar videos, please just subscribe. And yeah, my name's Reggie Taylor, and I thank you for watching this video, and have a good evening. What's going on, everybody? This is Reggie Taylor. I'm coming at you live again from my house. That's stupid. Take 2. And if you like it, and if you want to see more videos of cut. So yeah, thank you. My name's Reggie Taylor, and I thank you. Good.